Welcome to Scrum Masters Elite_UK. Follow us for in-depth rugby analysis and insights. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to support us.
The match between the New Zealand All Blacks and the France national rugby union team in the Nations Championship delivered one of the most emotional and meaningful international fixtures in recent memory. The 34-32 scoreline reflected not only how closely contested the game was but also the constant tactical adjustments, relentless intensity, and unwavering determination displayed by both teams. To me, this was more than just a rugby match, it was a story of resilience, adaptability, belief, and the very human moments that define elite-level competition. 1. A dramatic opening and a lesson in mental strength. France stunned the home crowd almost immediately with an early try from Damian McKenzie. That opening score was more than just points on the board, it sent a clear message that France had not travelled to New Zealand merely to make up the numbers. Even without Antoine Dupont, one of their most influential playmakers, the French attack looked sharp and purposeful. What stood out even more, however, was the response from Will Jordan and Cam Roigard. Their tries not only levelled the contest but also showcased the continuity of the All Blacks attacking philosophy: fast, direct, and ruthlessly efficient in tight spaces. From an emotional perspective, this was the moment the match truly came alive. Rather than slowing the game down, the early score ignited an intense exchange where both teams were forced to play with greater pace, take bigger risks, and attack with even more ambition.
2. First half. Discipline meets creativity. The opening half became a fascinating clash of philosophies. On one side stood New Zealand's disciplined structure and organisation, on the other, France's creativity and unpredictability. As Ardie Saviour emerged as the emotional leader of the All Blacks, New Zealand gradually gained control around France's 22-metre area. A defining moment came when Cam Roigard capitalised after sustained attacking pressure. It perfectly illustrated the All Blacks' identity: they don't require large amounts of space. One brief lapse in concentration is all they need to punish an opponent. France, however, was far from overwhelmed. Maxime Lucu's accurate penalty kicks helped the visitors stay within striking distance during crucial moments. It highlighted an important evolution in this French side. They no longer rely solely on flair, but have developed a far more pragmatic ability to manage the scoreboard. For me, neither team truly won the psychological battle in the first half. Instead, it felt like both sides were carefully testing each other's limits. 3. Second half. Character and momentum swings. France raised the intensity first after half-time. Antoine Hastoy's try demonstrated excellent awareness in exploiting central spaces, while Mathieu Jalabert's increased involvement made France considerably more dangerous in attack. What impressed me most was New Zealand's response after falling behind. Rather than collapsing, they answered almost immediately. That resilience is deeply embedded in the All Blacks' DNA. They rarely allow opponents to hold the lead for long. Roigard's second major contribution once again underlined his value as a tactical game-changer. Emotionally, the second half felt more like a psychological contest than a physical one. Every decision had the potential to shift momentum. A minor mistake became points conceded, while one moment of brilliance could completely transform the match.
4. The players who defined the match. If I had to highlight the biggest individual performers, Damian McKenzie would undoubtedly be among them. He wasn't simply creating opportunities, he served as the attacking brain behind many of New Zealand's transitions. His wide passing kept the All Blacks' trademark attacking speed alive throughout the contest, while Jordan also reminded everyone why he is considered one of the world's most dangerous finishers in open play. Scoring in both halves demonstrated remarkable consistency regardless of how the game unfolded. For France, Damien Penaud and Mathieu Jalabert were standout performers. Nevertheless, the absence of a true field general like Antoine Dupont occasionally left their attack lacking cohesion during the most decisive moments. 5. Defensive courage under pressure. The closing stages became a true test of composure. With only 2 points separating the teams, every defensive stand by New Zealand felt like a match-saving effort. This was where the strength of an organised defensive system became more important than individual brilliance. France created opportunities and applied relentless pressure, yet New Zealand refused to break. That is often what separates a strong team from an iconic one: the ability to absorb immense pressure when everything is on the line.
6. Tactical perspective. A match of constant adjustments. One particularly fascinating aspect was the willingness of both coaches to adapt continuously. New Zealand alternated between high-tempo attack and controlled possession, while France shifted seamlessly between central attacks and exploiting the wider channels. The result was a match that resembled an open chess game, with every tactical move immediately prompting a response from the opposition. That constant adaptation is precisely what made the contest so captivating. Neither team ever established complete dominance. Instead, both kept evolving throughout the 80 minutes. This match left me with 3 important lessons. First, responding quickly is often more valuable than avoiding mistakes altogether. New Zealand did not play a flawless game, but every time they fell behind, they reacted immediately. Second, great teams are never dependent on just one individual. Despite missing key players, both sides produced an outstanding contest because of the strength of their systems. Third, pressure is not something to avoid. It is the ultimate environment for revealing true character. For supporters, this match served as another reminder that sport is about much more than winning or losing. It is an emotional journey where every phase of play can reshape how we view a team, or a player, more importantly. No team should ever be judged by a single result. France narrowly lost, yet demonstrated tremendous depth and enormous potential. New Zealand emerged victorious, but also exposed areas that still require improvement.
New Zealand's thrilling 34-32 victory over France was far more than an entertaining international fixture. It showcased the continued evolution of modern rugby, played at greater speed, featuring increasingly sophisticated tactics, and demanding even greater mental resilience. Above all, however, what remains memorable is not the final score, but the way both teams fought until the very last second. That is the true spirit of sport, where every mistake offers a lesson, and every effort deserves recognition.
Thank you for being part of the Scrum Masters Elite_UK community. We look forward to seeing you again for more exciting rugby analysis. Have a wonderful day.